Hi there. Hello. Welcome back to another tale of a life that you can be thankful isn't. Hurricane drama is over. I never want to go through that again. I hate being hot. It's one of those kryptonite things. I just can't handle it. So I'm really glad I'm back and obviously sounding like a princess because I don't like to be hot. Before I get into this episode, it occurred to me, do a disclaimer, none of this is medical advice. This is not meant to be go and do it because it helped me. Use your own judgment. Listen to your medical professionals. And another thing, if you're triggered by things, cussy words, I've actually come off of making them a part of my vocabulary. I always taught my son that if you rely on curse words, you've lost. If you're arguing with someone to make a point and you resort to cursing, you lost. Well, now I've created a dictator. I get in trouble. I get told to stop. A swear jar that he says he's waiting because it'll pay for a car. So that's another thing. Something may slip. And then if you or anyone in your circle of friends in this life had issues with addiction, calling it a disease, things like that, you probably shouldn't listen to me. And there are reasons, and slowly you will see why I feel that way. And so trigger warning, if you need a safe place, go build your box for your safe place and you can listen to the show. I need theme music. And listen, but remember, I'm the one who's putting my life out there for the public, and I meet people who have long COVID and I give them my phone number instantly because nobody knows what it's like. I sort of have that back door, secret insider, knowing how things work. And knowing how things don't work and how not to get taken advantage of. That is another oof that I've dealt with. So all of that, let me jump in with some thoughts that I had. I will have days where it's different issues. I will call them things like it's a neuro day. It's a fatigue day. It's those are the only two that really pop up and have encompass a lot of my life, just suck me dry. And oh yeah, and my little dragonflies, the journalist, and I have to tell her that she put their plastic in the article. They're not friggin' plastic, Sarah. They're metal. They're meant to be home decor, not plastic. She and I have actually become friends, and she doesn't believe in like kismet and stuff like that. And I said, hang out with me long enough and you will. That's a show by itself. Oh my Lord, God in heaven. So, interview with a COVID vampire. I feel like I'm coming off of a run of night shifts and I have insomnia. Part of that is because I am having a lot of pain in my thoracic area. So, I know another MRI is coming. I know it's going to be a replay of what happened before. Hopefully not with the death stuff. But my general, who is responsible for my medical decisions when I cannot make them, she is not going to be happy if I have to do anything back related, and that's another long story. So, that'll be a fun phone call to make if there is something going on. I'm hoping it's just pulled muscles and exertion from moving things and trying to this cute night shirt is awesome, but dang dude, it can't fit right. So I'm having a lot of pain, and I saw my pain management doctor today. So the way pain meds are prescribed nowadays, because of the opioid crisis, it's mostly anesthesiologists who understand pain, understand the central nervous system and its role in pain. I believe I told the story. I went to multiple doctors and got turned away. I hurt like no pain I'd ever felt before. And I really would love to do a journal article, read a journal article on why that is, because, you know, toot toot, I can handle pain. How many baseball games, softball games that I play with a jammed finger and stuck it through the hole of the mitt so it wouldn't get rubbed by the glove so much. I mean, that was me pre-COVID, and I tell people these stories of, you know, getting dental work, and it's not all the way done, but I don't want another shot because when it wears off, it's still gonna hurt. So just get it over with and let the pain come on so that it can, you know, dissipate in a bit. That was me. Now it is not. And my primary areas, knee, left foot, back. I'm going to have to look through my MRI results and check my T-spine. I vaguely remember them mentioning something about the T-spine, so I have to look that up. So this started the day I was diagnosed. The day. The pain. And in the hospital, I was on pain medicine because the doctors understood, because they had had COVID and they also had the syndrome that I had, multi-inflammatory syndrome. So it was horrendous, and I went from doctor, oh, you just need physical therapy, and I said, I can't walk. Do you understand? I walk even 50 feet and I have to sit down. This isn't normal. Oh, well, let's try that. We'll see how that goes. And the back one, the doctor, I remember, went to touch probably L5, and I jerked like a kid who gets abused and you jump, and I said, I just have this fear of people touching. And he said, oh, well, so aquatic therapy should be good. No one wanted to give me anything. And there was a medicine called tramadol that every doctor prescribes. Tramadol is crap. It doesn't work for me. At this point, understand, 5 years. So now my med list, this long, I know what works and doesn't work. People who would come in and go, like, ordering food, they would order their pain medicine. Well, I can tell you now how it works because I'm under the care of a doctor who understands pain. I'm his first long COVID patient. He is the best. He looked at my MRI results, discussed it with the radiologist, and at my next appointment, so this is finally like mid 2001 or the summer, I can't remember. He was the last doctor I was gonna see. No more. This was it. You turned me down. It isn't gonna be a good day for me. So, I thankfully was accepted as a patient. And isn't that insane? You have to write an application to be considered, and you have to have multiple studies done. Saying you have pain isn't enough. I get it. I get it. I worked with drug seekers. Gotta understand, I could see him coming in the door. And the surgery that I had was the most common drug seeker prototype. I swore I would never let anyone touch my back. Well, when you have discs that rupture and an unstable spine, it doesn't matter what you want. You're going to be paralyzed or have a fighting chance. So I knew pain was going to be part of my life for the foreseeable future. And that doc, he is the best. But the number of doctors who just hands off, don't want anything to do with it. Because my vital signs were wacky and oh my gosh, the stories I could tell. Medicine, what has happened to you? The mildest one, this is what I'll say. My general medical power of attorney, they had given me something. I can't remember what the procedure was. I don't know why I was given medicine. They gave me medication, and they were trying to wake me up. Nothing was working, and my friend watched my heart rate slowly drop. The reason was I originally had a high heart rate. My suspicion is they gave me a medication called metoprolol through the IV to get my heart rate down. But what they don't understand, and nobody bothered to look in my chart, I take a medication called metoprolol. Learning opportunity. When a medicine ends in OLOL, it's a beta blocker. Now I'm not going into the cardiac cycle and why and how it works. But it's a beta blocker blocks the beta cells. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. So, because of the POTS, the tachycardia syndrome, I take that. Well, I take 80 milligrams a day, extended release. Which means for 24 hours, that medicine's in my system. So they probably, and I'm only doing this because I'm running scenarios through my head. They gave me a couple of doses of it, and lo and behold, oops, it's time for the medicine to shoot out just like a little ovary, putting meds in your system. And my general said, I watched the monitor and she said, I thought you were done. So, I did not go to the hospital to be killed. I can do that on my own. I just can't believe later when I was conscious, and I told them, what? You don't take metoprolol? I said, okay. You might want to tell my cardiologist that, because I'm not sure why I'm taking it then. Then another doc says, metoprolol doesn't come in XR, extended release. Oh my God. Twilight. It was the Twilight Zone. I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking, am I in Mayberry? This is one of the premier hospital systems. They used to run neck and neck with St. Luke's as far as cardiac patients. And St. Luke's made a few mistakes and lost their clout. And this hospital just took over. Well, not really, because I guess they were surprised every time they checked my blood sugar and it was high, but I didn't have insulin. It was horrendous. So, my beef is because the system was abused, we are having to pay for it. A kid overdoses, the family is suing the company that manufactures the drug, and they're winning court settlements. It's just unbelievable to me. Mayberry medicine. And I did have a really tense argument and lost my shit one night. Hypertensive crisis, and now I'm back in diabetic ketoacidosis. If you're in that situation, you just sit and look at your watch and go, okay. She's got limited time. Let's make sure we say what we need to say. No joke. I mean, hypertensive crisis that I asked as I'm waking up, because the other thing that upset me, they got my mom involved and had her thinking she could make me say it. I remember looking at her so with the look on my face of part, why are you asking me my name? Because you're tunded, you're out of it, you're cuckoo, you're spilling ketones like there's no tomorrow. And they set my mom up to ask me my name and my birthday. And I looked at her. I couldn't tell you anything. I didn't know my name. I didn't know my birthday. Are you fucking kidding? I wanted to turn. Went a little far with that one. I turned to the doctor. I'm like, it's right there on the paper. We can't give you pain medicine until we verify it's you. They reversed all of my pain meds. So, when I worked in the ER, now it's part of, you want it, you got it. So, we would Narcan. It's become, like I said, it's vernacular now. Everybody knows it. People probably are carrying it around in their cars. When we used to push Narcan, we warned everybody in the room, hey y'all, get ready. These people have strength. They could kick you across the room. I've been punched, scratched, slapped, because you're so used to having that drugged feeling, and we take it away in an instant. I was told I was screaming my head off. People that know me can vouch. Thank God I had 2 friends there that could vouch for me. This is not her. Something is wrong. Something's wrong. I was screaming my head off, ripping the blood pressure cuff off, cursing people out. The stories my mom told me. And you, in the ICU, my world, ER, my world, you don't keep patients for very long. So unless you and your coworker work the next day together, you could talk about, oh, remember the girl that was screaming her head off? Well, they did a CAT scan and she was having a stroke. That is how the ER is. The ICU, because you're there so long, they try to assign typically the same nurse, especially to someone like me in that situation. Hypertensive, beyond hypertensive, like 220, 240, over 120. And it wasn't just for a short time. It was 24 hours. Same thing with the DKA. And I'm thinking to myself, if my patient in the ER, so sorry, when the nurses give report, I became known as the ER nurse who is screaming at everyone. So, and did I care? Not for a second. Not for a second. I'm just glad I didn't hit anybody. So, a day and a half later, I think more clearly at nighttime. And I'm looking at the monitor. I open up my chart, which has, on my phone, I'm looking at lab results and whatnot, and my blood sugars are insane. Didn't call my nurse. She proved herself to be useless. Called, boop, 0. I said to the operator, is there a house supervisor? Anyone in charge? Who's the highest ranking? She said, I can tell from the number you're calling from, you're in the ICU. Yes, I am. She said, the ICUs have their own supervisors. So let me send out a page to, I told her a little bit of what was going on. Let me send out a page and have them know that you want to speak to them. So I sat in my room and I thought, oh my God, they're going to have a tete-a-tete and then come and see me, and it's going to be forever. It wasn't. Within a few minutes, the nurse practitioner comes in, and that's the other thing. They have a nurse practitioner who's the only person there overnight. What if somebody needs to be intubated? They aren't skilled at that. They don't do it very often. Whatever. So no doc. Charge nurse, ICU supervisor, the NP. These were the people that were there, and I said, okay, I know everybody knows I'm the nurse who screamed her head off for 12 hours. That person is now awake and lucid. And I said, I pointed up to the monitor and I said, I don't know in what world those vital signs are okay. I was getting meds by mouth. There are meds that you can give through the IV that work instantly. And I told them, I said, I wouldn't leave my patient's bed. I would stand there until I got their pressure down. Why is it tested? Are you guys trying to kill me? Because if you are, you're doing an excellent job, because I'm getting symptomatic. Massive headache that you get with that kind of blood pressure. It was just insane. And I said, I have never seen a physician leave a patient in a hypertensive crisis state for a day and a half. Number two, why am I still in DKA? You don't slam fluids, you put them on, but I said, if every blood sugar is still high, there's a problem. Why are you not calling my doctor that I see every 3 months and asking, what do we do? Or get an endocrinologist in there who does this for a living. So I told them, you have 6 hours. 6. To get my blood pressure to 160. 170 is acceptable. Reason is, you don't want to drop somebody that, because it can cause a stroke as well. I thought I was going to have a stroke already because of the symptoms. So, I said 6 hours, I want my blood pressure at 160. And it needs to stay there for a couple of days. The blood sugar, I said it had better be less than 200 in 3 hours. Because I was like 500 and something. I said, I will rip every device that is attached to me off, and I will call, here it's Channel 2 News, I will call Channel 2 News and have them film me walking out of the hospital against medical advice, and you guys are going to have to answer as to why this chick is ticked. I fell asleep, and I told them, I said, the pain meds, no one has given me any. Y'all were waiting for my blood pressure to come up. That's why they had stopped with the low heart rate and all that. I said, I haven't had a low blood pressure or a low heart rate. I said, do you see that? Give me pain medicine, and a lot of it. I have a huge tolerance. I take it every day. Bring me pain meds. Now. Now. The nurse comes back. I want to see a blood pressure medicine through the IV. I want insulin. Your stupid sliding scale BS doesn't work. It doesn't work. Nurse here had to do the sliding scale. Stupidest thing. And I told every doctor that, just from a nursing and from a diabetic's perspective, the sliding scale, this universal sliding scale, it's the stupidest thing ever. Ever. So I had my freak out, and lo and behold, nodded off for a bit, woke up, looked at the monitor. Oh, shift change. I slept through shift change. Looked up at the monitor. Blood pressure was normal. Well, 165 over something. And when the nurse came in, I said, what was my last blood sugar? $194. I looked at her. I said, number one, the nurse that was assigned to me last night, don't ever want to see her again. Don't. She is not to come into my room. Number two, can you pull up the orders for the pain meds? Okay. I said, I want that. So you'll have pain meds. Pain. If it's, the pain scale's stupid too. Whoever, I want to kick them in the head. For pain levels 7 and higher, you get this med. Pain levels something to 6. I said, it's 9. Every time you come in, it's 9. Pain level is 9. Give me the meds every single time it's ordered. What else do I have? And I read through them. This girl was actually fantastic. I said, they're going to kill me. My head is killing me. Please understand where I'm coming from. I take real, not tramadol, real pain medicine. I have a limited supply, so it's not like I can sell it on the street and they test. There's all kinds of procedures, so I'm not advertising that I have meds. It's a system that they've gotten pretty down pat. So I said, bring it in. If it's a PRN, which means as needed, and it's time to go ahead and get it, understand I'm gonna ring. And I said, if I need to ring the bell, I'll do it. But no, if my bell goes off and it's time for the meds. We even wrote on the whiteboard, this, how many times can I have it, this, how many, and they have some weird policy of you can't mix this one and that one, and my world is if someone's hurting, you attempt to make them comfortable, meaning where do you want to be? What is your comfort level? So I had to write that too, because I had to know what to do. And I just sat up in the bed and got the pain meds, and she checked my vital signs like every 15 minutes, and it was fine. When my mom showed up for that visit, I had been staring at the wall, and I looked over at her, and I shook my head, and I said, I fear for my life right now. But they fixed me. Everything's already set up. But I had to educate my mom swiftly on things. I said, if the nurse comes in, wake me up, pinch me if you have to, because sometimes they can get on power trips. And I said to my mom, think about the scene from Terms of Endearment. Daughter's dying of cancer. Doctor wrote the pain meds. I think it was, what, 5 o'clock. All she had to do was wait till 5 o'clock. And Shirley MacLaine's going crazy. Give my daughter the shot. I said, I need you to channel her. And if you can't do it, get the general in here. Get her on the phone. I said, I can't ever go through that again. And I told her other things that happened that I'll leave out of this, and it was not pretty. So I also on neuro days have issues with dexterity, proprioception, and walking and chewing gum become a problem. And because this has happened to me before, this isn't the first time, which is horrendous. I was going upstairs to talk to my son about something during the night, not last night, it was the same night. And I was looking in the bathroom as I'm walking up the stairs, and we have these cubbies that we had placed in the shower, but I didn't see theirs that's upstairs. And I'm staring at it as I'm walking up the stairs, and I'm thinking, where's the cubby? No proprioception, limited peripheral vision, did not realize I was at the top of the stairs, thought I had one more stair because there's no difference in color. So it all looks the same. So I go to step. I took dance. I had grace at some point. I can twirl in high heels and wear them for very long periods of time. Haven't done it in a while. Probably break my ankle, but understand I'm not this klutz. And when I went to take the step, I did this like, holy crap, almost fell over thing. And my mom jumps out of her chair, freaking out in her room. We're gonna do, I said to her, you really need some self-care. This has been for years. You need a break. Nonsense, I'm not living, I get shot down every time. So, this is going to become mandatory. Between my blood sugars and her not having left the house in this long, we're gonna have a sit down today about it, because that whole situation has to turn around. And I've lost a lot of friends. I've had to cut people off because super toxic, and I know that is one of those buzzwords. But very toxic to my well-being, and I didn't see it until it was almost too late. And um, there are two people I'm thinking of right now who, forget stabbing me in the back, um, they created a situation that all I want to say is it could have cost both of them their jobs. And I would have taken it all the way to the top. So it's really sad to see that. I was told, I told the general about a situation, and the general proceeded to scream at me about, they're not your friends. She didn't delve into anything, but did flat out say they're not your friends. They are not looking out for you. They are doing and saying things. They are not your, all she would leave it at was, they are not your friends. And it wasn't until I spoke with another party who knew things about my labs and whatnot, and they shouldn't have gone at my chart. They had no reason to look. And that information got passed on. And it could have created major issues for me. So, I'm very big on loyalty. It's the Italian in me. When I'm done, I'm done. There is no, hey, can you meet me by the brook? Meet me at the bridge that the bubbling brook goes under, and can we have a talk? And no. Once you're written off, bye. We're done. So, yeah. That, the number of friends I have had to cut off, it's pathetic. I've let them know that too, how pathetic they are. But, yeah, I don't even think pathetic comes close to describing them. These two. There are others, but I also got off of Facebook, told people, if you need me to see something, if you die, you better tag me in your post because I won't know. Got off of Facebook. It was too much for me. Then this secondary thing happened where I finally got back on Facebook, and people's kids had aged. And just like a baby ages so fast the first couple of years, for me, it had been 3 years. And now these kids are people. And some are in high school and going to college, and there's a word, MF, it just messed with my head so bad. I had to stop looking at it again. So I wouldn't scroll. I would post something, and every now and then that top post would come up, And if it was someone that I knew, it, of course, would catch my eye. Other than that, did not participate in social media. It was just too much for my brain. And the neuro stuff continues. Movies, it doesn't hold my attention 100%. Still can't read a book. What else? Lots of fun stuff. I am gonna do my continuing education because my nursing license renewal is coming up, and I have to see. I want to see if my brain can handle the nursing CEUs. That way I don't have to put my license on hold or something like that. So I'm gonna renew it, but obviously I won't be working. And just the neuro stuff gets to me the most. The clumsiness gets to me too. I knock things over, I drop things, it's like Parkinson's, and the neurological aspect is so tough. It got to me to the point that I started doing ketamine treatments in order to have it stop pulsating in my brain. So I think that's enough. I think that's a lot. I think participate. This is a forum that my intention is ask me questions. Ask me questions about anything. Anything. I'm an open book. I mean, I had, pardon me, guys, I had a pelvic exam one time. There were 6 people in the room because I was having a problem. Understand, I am not shy. I am an open book because I have to be. So many people need help. There is nothing. There's nothing. Nothing. And even for my weight loss, it depends on when you knew me. Some people met me when I was skinny as a rail. A size 4 was loose on me. I looked, when you're skinnier, I read you look taller. I looked so tall and a stick figure. Just, oh my gosh, I remember those days. So, if you met me during that time, I'll look a little pudgy to you right now. High school, my weight went all over the place. But at the end of high school, I stayed pretty fat, and if you knew me then, you would look and go, oh wow, she's lost a lot of weight. And then there are other pictures that I have when I was working out and doing like weightlifting and stuff, and those are the ones that you would be like, oh my god, look at her arms, look at her legs. There's one picture, my friend and I are sitting next to each other in a pool in Cancun, and my thighs, you can see, just sitting in the by the pool, my thighs are as big as my waist. I mean, I was bulked up and still in thin condition because you could see my shoulder blades, you could see it. It was insane to me looking at that picture, trying to show how my body has been all over the place. And then when my dad passed away, I kind of had an F attitude and did start drinking my calories, so I didn't eat that much, but I was already a little bit overweight, and then I could have dropped 25 pounds and I would have felt better about myself. Then when COVID started, it was like a freight train, and it just kept going, and every time I got on the scale it was higher. And when I passed up how much I weighed when I was pregnant, I thought I was gonna have a panic attack on the scale. So all of my doctors knew, do not put me on anything that makes me gain weight, because you are going to witness a breakdown of epic proportions. So it would be interesting for people to either scour like my Facebook and be like, that's how I knew you, oh my god, look at this picture, but who has time to do that? So I was fit for a long time. When I turned, so my dad died, 45? I just didn't care anymore. Didn't wear makeup. Still don't really. I've gotten so used to it. My son sees me with makeup and does not like it. And I started laughing and I said, the guys tell me that. I do wear some. Like, I would wear foundation and a little bit of eyeliner and a little bit of color on the lids. Just minimal, though. Because if I started to sweat at work, I'm not a girly girl, so I would go and, like, wipe my arm across and then there goes all the eye makeup. So, nothing heavy, but when I look back, I didn't need it because my skin, genetics, I told my son, I said, be thankful. Genetics. Got good genetics. And like and subscribe. That's the only way for me to reach a a larger audience. I do that a lot too. Words. Ugh. So, like and subscribe because I need to reach as many people as I can. You have to listen to all of them. If you click on it and you're just not happy with the topic, I am not gonna take it personally. And I realized I mentioned that it wasn't the first time I had done that step thing. So my boyfriend at the time had just bought this 3-story condo downtown Houston, and it's called Midtown. The stairs were carpeted. The floor was hardwood. The very last step on the stairs was hardwood, not carpet. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I get transitioning. So the people must have had a cat or something and they left. Disgusting cat litter thing upstairs. So I'm walking down the stairs to bring it out to the garbage, and proprioception and peripheral vision, all I see is wood. When looking straight ahead, I can see down here. Totally missed the step, but total superhero style. I fall to my knees, sitting upright, holding the disgusting cat litter box left behind. Everybody ran. Oh my God, are you okay? Da, da, da. I said, do I get no applause for still holding the cat litter box? And not a drop, not a pebble fell out. When I fall, I fall. So, you know, I can't make these things up. And it was in front of his entire family. Very proper people in a sense. And I'm falling down his stairs, and it was too much, and something else caught my eye. So, I want to thank my Patreon and my OnlyFans subscriber, Jessica. You're amazing, Jessica. Let me tell you. And you guys, if you join and subscribe, look at what I am working on. Tell me you haven't seen anything more beautiful than this. This is amazing. Always be kind. This is going to take me 6 years to color. But you could be in the drawing and be the lucky winner of an original color paper. I didn't make the drawing though, so I can't really claim anything but the color. And this one, classy. It is, this one may have to be auctioned off. I haven't decided yet. So beautiful. Can't wait. That'll be part of the OnlyFans raffle, Jessica, so be ready for it. It is dawn. I haven't slept, but maybe an hour I'm going to attempt to crash right now. Blessings to you and yours. Shalom. Peace. Come on. And arigato. Another episode coming soon.